r/ask Reddit. What are some real facts that sound fake at first? Suicide Squad won more Oscars than the Shawshank Redemption. Wow, this is a good one. I immediately had to Google it out of doubt. During the 1977 New York blackout, a number of looters stole DJ equipment from electronics stores, and as a result, the hip-hop genre, barely known outside of the Bronx at the time, grew at an astounding rate from 1977 onward. Wasn't there also a population boom 9 months later? Have you seen the Get Down? It takes 2 years for a pineapple to grow. I'm surprised they are not more expensive. Pineapples used to be so expensive that people would rent them for parties. Damn, so SpongeBob technically lives in a mansion. I mean, have you seen the inside of that thing? He's got a legit library in there. Opossums are immune to rattlesnake bites, rarely get rabies, eat 5,000 ticks per summer, and only live 5 years. So can we be sure that they're immune to rattlesnake bites, or does it just take 5 years to kill them? You're on some Harvard shit. Ernest Hemingway committed suicide by shooting himself with a shotgun bought from Abercrombie & Fitch. It would be an interesting time if they still sold those at A&F. After begging his wife to not take him to his ECT treatments, which were robbing him of his mind. Treatments for paranoid delusions of being followed by the government, who was actually following him. Tragic all the way through. All mammals take about 21 seconds to pee. It's called the law of urination. I watched a bull pee once for nearly 4 minutes straight. Ah, a good old-fashioned pissing contest. Bats have no known fossil ancestry. They just appear in the fossil record 50-ish million years ago, able to fly as fully formed bats. Is this for real? Like, they have to have some kind of connection to other mammals, right? I always assumed that the webbed skin was some kind of mutation that got carried forward through time. Their ancestry is a bit weird. They branched off long ago from some kind of ancient rodent that then evolved into all bigger mammals. All other small mammals are the result of earlier evolutionary branches. So bats are actually more closely related to horses than to hedgehogs or mice. They're very odd creatures. Nintendo was founded in 1889. Nintendo was founded the same year Vincent van Gogh painted The Starry Night. Holy shit. Cleopatra lived closer to the creation of the iPhone than she did to the building of the Great Pyramid. I've heard this like a million times already, but the time perspective ones are always the most mind-blowing. If you start in downtown Detroit and travel south, you'll end up in Canada. Since we're doing these Canada's SOOO South things, 62% of the Canadian population lives south of Seattle, WA. I am the 38%. Mammals are defined by the ability to grow hair and produce milk. But wait, coconuts? So you're saying that it's bestiality if you stick it in a coconut? You can fit every other planet in the solar system in the space between the Earth and the Moon. This is generally regarded as a bad idea, and most scientists agree that we shouldn't do it. This kills the solar system. Well, that depends on how you count. If you count by the number of celestial bodies, most of them would agree that it's a bad idea. But counting by mass, 99% of the solar system is just the sun, and it probably wouldn't even notice. A banana is a berry, but a strawberry is not. And so is a watermelon. This is bananas. Gone with the Wind was released closer to the actual Civil War than to today. Logarithmically, the halfway point between the largest distance, the observable universe, and the smallest distance, the Planck length, is the diameter of a single strand of hair. To help people visualize this, the Planck length is 1035 meters, while the observable universe is about 1027 meters. This puts the halfway point at about 10.4 meters, 0.1 millimeters, which is roughly the diameter of a strand of hair or thickness of paper. I'm gonna need to see a banana. Every time you shuffle a pack of cards, it is likely a combination that is new, that is, has never been shuffled before. Does this work if you're riding a horse? It should. It's quite impressive that you can shuffle a deck while riding a horse. Martin Luther King, Jr., Barbara Walters and Anne Frank were all born in the same year, 1929. A child of a Civil War veteran is still alive at the age of about 92, and she still receives money from the government monthly for her father's service. President Tyler, born in the 1700s, has 2 living grandsons. I came here to call bullshit, but I'll be damned. Tyler had his child Leon when he was 63 in 1853. Leon had 2 kids born in 1923 and 1928 who were still alive as of May, so Leon was 75 when he had his last child. I'm impressed. Sharks predate trees. Trees move to land to escape sharks. Fact. Oxford University is older than the Inca Empire and existed before the Roman Empire ended. It also predated Russia, Spain, the Netherlands and such. For any avid gamers, it was officially a university just before the start date of EUIV 1444. Ted Cruz is younger than Gwen Stefani. That shit is bananas. BANAS. Hippos kill more people in Africa than lions do. Most lions fear and avoid humans. Most humans fear and avoid hippos. Hippos don't really fear anything. They fear larger hippos. The lines between lanes on the highway are 10 feet long. They look much smaller because of your speed and perspective. It depends on the highway. This unfortunately doesn't apply to highways around me in central Ohio. SpongeBob is MTV's highest grossing product. Is that because of Nickelodeon and MTV both being part of Viacom? 20% of American adults are functionally illiterate. I have a lesson in my class where the students find the literacy rate of different countries. The CIA fact book, Facts on All Countries, stopped printing the literacy rate of the USA a few years ago. Is that the same resource that showed NK at 100% because it was self-reported? Ralph Macchio is now older than Pat Morita was when they filmed the first Karate Kid. Coming soon to a theater near you. Karate Kid IV, son of Karate Kid. Ferruccio Lamborghini got started in the mechanical world building tractors from reconfigured surplus military machines after World War II. And started building cars basically out of spite. Because Enzo Ferrari was a prick. Shit. Ferrari even pissed off Ford so much they built the GT40 specifically to duck him over at Le Mans. Yep, Lamborghini was really wealthy because of his tractor business, and he loved cars, so he bought several of them, amongst them, a Ferrari 250 GT, which kept having issues with the clutch. He complained about it to Enzo Ferrari, and Il Commendatore, Ferrari, told him that the problem wasn't the car, but the driver, and that if he thought that making sport cars was so easy, he might as well try himself. Well, he did. Also, Lamborghini still makes tractors. The highest and lowest points in the continental US are in the same county. And there's an ultramarathon run annually between the two. Well, almost. The route now ends at the MT Whitney Trailhead at around 10,000 featuring up, since permits are required to attempt the actual summit. Not brushing your teeth can cause heart problems. Courtesy of my boyfriend, who then showed me proof after I laughed at him a few days ago. Actually, dental problems can have a lot of knock-on serious health implications. Fillings have been suggested to play a role in neurological issues. For example, you're less likely to have a daughter compete for Miss USA than have a son play in the Super Bowl. There are 52 Miss USA contestants each year and 106 active players on the Super Bowl rosters each year, so at a glance this appears to be easily correct. But, I believe Miss USA contestants are new each year while those 106 active players can, and often do, repeat. Having said that, I have no idea how many players in a given year are in the Super Bowl for the second, or more time. I would venture to guess that more than half each year are new to the game. On average, a team repeating might be 80% the same players, but that doesn't happen as often as you'd think, so I choose to believe this fact. If you subtract all of Wayne Gretzky's career goals, he is still the all-time leader in points in the NHL. There are 3 players who have gotten 100 plus assists in one season. Bobby Orr did it once. Mario Lemieux did it once. Gretzky did it 11 seasons in a row. Something I read yesterday on a similar thread. 9% of all humans that have ever been alive are walking the earth today. I never verified it, but that one shocked me if it's true. Well, get counting then. The plural of beef is beeves. On the 11th of February, 2013, two people hacked into two East networks in Michigan and Montana to broadcast an emergency alert that zombies were rising from their graves and attacking the living. Neil Armstrong wanted to say when he first landed on the moon, "I claim this land for Texas," but was told not to. He'd have become fabulously rich if he said, "Boy, I could sure use a Coca-Cola." Platypuses, platypodes, lolch, have venomous hind feet, but only the male ones. Scientists think that this is because having venomous feet was once a common characteristic of ancient mammals, and platypi, LOL, are simply one of the last remaining examples. Platypuses, platypi, platyppeople, well, you know what I mean. An eyewitness to President Lincoln's assassination was interviewed about it on a TV game show. For each year during the height of the Iraq War, there were more homicides in Chicago than US soldier deaths in the war. The magnetic North Pole switched places with magnetic South Pole multiple times in the span of Earth's life. Neil Armstrong is a member of the Hockey Hall of Fame. The President of the United States was in Home Alone 2. The Umayyad Caliphate, a Muslim empire, was once a beacon of light in the Mediterranean. Around 1000, Baghdad had a population of 1,000,000, while 500,000 people lived in Cordoba. After the reconquest of Cordoba, a lot of knowledge reached Central Europe. After all, the word algorithm is derived from Muslim scholar al-Khwarizm. Jewish historians look back fondly on the golden age of Moorish Spain as one of the few times and places where nobody was trying to kill or oppress Jews for being Jews. There is no such animal called a panther. They are just jaguar with melanism. Higher wages creates more jobs. Mitochondria are the powerhouse of the cell. When Harvard University opened, they didn't offer calculus courses because it hadn't been invented yet. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.